Hello, welcome in my today's video, dear listeners and viewers. I am Dr. Rizwan Ahmad, Head and Associate Professor, University Department of English, Vinoba Bhave University, Hazaribagh. I am before you people again to talk on the topics related to ELT, in English language teaching. The topics which I shall be discussing today are the principles of syllabus design, formulation of objectives and types of syllabus. Now let us start it. Syllabus, which is a Greek term, is described as the summary of the topics covered or units to be taught in the particular subject. Yarden, in the year 1987, refers to syllabus as a summary of the content to which learners will be exposed. It refers to the overall content taught in an educational system or a course. It has been compared to a blueprint. Now, a language teaching syllabus performs as a guide for both teacher and learner by providing some goals to be accomplished. Syllabus, in fact, deals with linguistic theory and theories of language learning and how they are utilized in the classroom. Curriculum, which is a Latin term, on the other hand, is set for a course. Notional, in the year 1988, believes that curriculum is a wider term as compared to syllabus. Practically, it has a wider scope which covers the knowledge, attitude, behavior, manner, performance, and skills that are imparted or inculcated in a student. The nature of syllabus is descriptive, whereas that of curriculum is prescriptive. Now let us talk about the principles of syllabus design. How to design a syllabus or how to write a syllabus. Bill and Gover in the year 1998 suggested some guidelines of the process of writing syllabuses and materials. In the pre-writing stage, teaching situation and the intended learner group should be analyzed. Then, decisions should be made on the topic of assessment and the resources available. Next, the syllabus designer should have intensive information about the learner's needs, their age, level, interests, and purpose of their learning English, their weaknesses and their strengths. Another important factor to consider in the initial steps is to state the learning objectives based on the information obtained in the first stage. Next, the designer starts to create activities taking into consideration the importance of having balance of skills versus grammar and vocabulary, deciding on the outcomes and the suitability of topics. Now the last stage is piloting the new syllabus on one class and making sure that teachers are trained on the new syllabus. Now let us talk about the syllabuses or syllabi in ELT, the types of syllabus I mean to say. Syllabi are not totally distinct from one another. All actual language teaching syllabuses are integrated product of two or more of the types of the syllabus. For a particular course, one type of syllabus usually dominates, while other types of content might be integrated with it. Now let us dive into the most famous types of syllabuses. The first one, a structural or formal syllabus. This is one of the most common types of syllabus, and still today we can see the contents pages of many course books set out according to grammatical items. It is in fact a grammatical syllabus in which the selection and grading of the content is on the basis of the complexity and simplicity of grammatical items. In other words, it specifies structural complexity, difficulty, regularity, utility, and frequency. The learner is expected to master each structural step and add it to his or her grammar. Now, this structural syllabus has demerits also. Two demerits I am pointing out. The first one, teaching grammar is too much emphasized in this kind of syllabus, and due to this, a structural syllabus make students bored or demotivated. Now I am talking about the another kind of syllabus which is known as situational syllabus. With this type of syllabus, the essential component of organization is a non-linguistic category, that is the situation. It simply means that language is related to the situational context in which it occurs. The designer of a situational syllabus tries to predict those situations in which the learner will find him, herself, and applies these situations, for example, seeing the dentist, going to the cinema, or meeting a PhD research scholar as a basis for selecting and presenting language content. Richards in 1985 quoted a situational syllabus as a syllabus in which the contents are organized according to situations. The main principle of a situational syllabus, language teaching syllabus is to teach the language that occurs in the situations. In this syllabus, situational needs are more important than grammatical units. According to Johnson, 2002, there are three types of situational syllabus differentiated by their informatical content and linguistic content. The first one is limbo. In this type of syllabus, usually language dominates. A specific setting of the situation is of little or no importance at all. The second one, concrete. In this kind of syllabus, situations are enacted to specific settings and the language associated with it. The third one is mythical. In this kind of situational syllabus, situations depend on a fictional cast of characters in a fictional place. Now, the next kind of syllabus which I am discussing is notional functional syllabus. One of the pioneers in writing about notional functional syllabus was Wilkins. Thus, most of the information of this kind of syllabus is based on his book, The Notional Syllabus Revisited, published in the year 1981. Here he pinpoints that notional syllabus helps learners to use language communicatively, leading to functional notional syllabus. This type of syllabus emphasizes upon the communicative purpose and conceptual meaning of language, that is, notions and functions. In other words, the content of the language teaching is a number of the functions that are performed on using the language or of the notions that language is utilized to express. Functions can be exemplified by instances such as inviting, requesting, agreeing, apologizing, whereas notions include color, size, comparison, time, etc. In addition, in this type of syllabus, grammatical items and situational elements are considered at subsidiary level of importance. Here, grammatical structures are taught not as an end in themselves, but as a means of carrying out communicative functions. An important point regarding notional functional syllabus is that the needs of the students have to be explored and analyzed by different types of interaction and communication a learner may be involved in. Accordingly, needs analysis is central to the design of a notional functional syllabus. Also, this type of syllabus proposes a new list consisting of notions and functions that become the main focus in a syllabus. Now, another kind of syllabus which I am discussing here today is communicative syllabus. It is a syllabus which specifies the semantic, that is the word meaning, semantic grammatical categories. For example, frequency, motion, and location, and the communicative function that learners need to express. Basically, it is centered around communication, that is meaning, convention, appropriacy, interaction, and structure. Another kind of syllabus which I shall be discussing here today is procedural syllabus. This is one of the task-based syllabus associated with Prabhu, Ramani and others at the Regional Institute of English in Bangalore, India. Prabhu was dissatisfied with the structural, oral, situational method which had been developed and was generally in use in the 1960s. So he evolved an approach based on the principle that the learning of form is best carried out when attention is given to meaning. In this syllabus, tasks are graded conceptually and grouped by similarity. While concluding, I would like to say that syllabuses are frequently combined in one or more or less integrated ways, with one type as an organizing starting point, around which the others are arranged and connected. Finally, and perhaps preferably, a hybrid syllabus needs to be constructed and designed due to pragmatic reasons, as Hutchinson and Waters in the year 1987 stated that it is wise to take an eclectic approach, taking what is useful from each theory and trusting also in the evidence of your own experience as a teacher. Dear viewers and listeners, I wish to see you time and again so that I might share my views on different topics of English language and literature. But at present, I would like to finish this video of mine with this rhymed couplet. हजारों ख्वाहिशें ऐसी कि हर ख्वाहिश पर दम निकले, हजारों ख्वाहिशें ऐसी कि हर ख्वाहिश पर दम निकले, बहुत निकले मेरे अरमान लेकिन फिर भी कम निकले. Till then, goodbye. Thank you very much for watching my video.